Force in the South Pacific was concentrated with complete secrecy for a series of raids on Rabaul. We used every appropriate plane available, and the enemy was caught with his planes down. Captain Jack Manders, operations officer of the 501st Squadron, briefed the crews. Major Bob Fain gave the men radio instructions and told them how the formations would be flown. The bombers and fighters circled for grouping over Oro Bay. Coming in at a low level over Vunakanau, the medium bombers raked the airdromes, strafed gun positions and aircraft in the revetments, and dropped parafrags all along the strip. This was the beginning of one of the most decisive blows the Japanese had suffered to date. The following day, the attack on Rabaul was continued. The 38th Bombardment Group was among those who took part in the mission. The targets were again Vunakanau and Rapopo and Tobera airdromes. The largest number of combat aircraft in the South or Southwest Pacific areas participated in these attacks. The B-25s bombed and strafed the airdromes, destroying 100 enemy aircraft on the ground and severely damaging 51 others. At Rapopo, fuel and ammunition dumps, operations buildings, and radio installations were demolished or heavily damaged. Anti-aircraft positions were silenced, and the motor transport pool was wrecked, with fires raging throughout the area. The B-25s continued the attack over the harbor begun by our heavy bombers and strafed the ships that remained. This was the first escorted bombing mission against Rabaul. The use of recently constructed airfields at Kirowina and Woodlark Islands made it possible for our fighters to reach the objective. Upon their return, the crews were immediately interrogated by the intelligence officer. The raids continued against Rabaul. From the 11th to the 15th of October, the heavy and medium bombers combined destroyed or sunk 3 merchant vessels, 2 destroyers, with hits scored on a submarine, a sub-tender, a destroyer tender, and a 7,000-ton cargo vessel. In addition to the 100 planes destroyed and 51 severely damaged on the ground, 26 of the 40 Japanese fighters that were airborne were shot down. 5 of our planes were missing and others damaged. The enemy sustained a disastrous defeat.